Thank you very much, Hemantji. Friends, I wish you all a very big Jai Bhim. This is my third visit to this holy place. I feel extremely honored and privileged to be in your midst. And I thank all the parents who brought their children here. Today is a holiday, I guess. So, but despite so many soap operas, serials, movies, temptations to go to malls, you made a very conscious choice to bring your children here. Thank you very much. A big Jai Bhim to you, for the parents and for all the youth. The reason why I say this, because I wanted to become a truck driver when I was a child. Although I was a son of two teachers, I wanted to become a truck driver. Because I was born and brought up in a very interior village in then Andhra Pradesh, now it is Telangana, so Mahbub Nagar, Nalamala reserve forest where only you see tigers and then all other animals. So I was born in those places, and then the people who used to live in our colonies were only the agricultural laborers, then stone cutters, and then truck drivers. As usual, all the boys will have passion and obsession for wheels. So I wanted to become a truck driver. When my mom asked me, "What do you want to become?" I said, "Truck driver." She gave me a big slap. She gave me a slap for a reason. I thank her for that. She's surviving. She's 77 years old, and she refused to stay with me, and she stays in her village, in our village, because she was a bonded laborer. She was a bonded laborer, and she was rescued by two teachers. And those teachers, why did they come to our home? This is very important. In 1950s, thanks to Baba Saheb, in 1950s, when scheduled caste people, for the first time, they got the access to letters and education. These two people could become teachers. And when they came to school, and when they wanted to settle in that village, to hire a home, but take a house on rent, and the village landlord, they said, "You guys are SCs, scheduled caste, you can't stay in our village." So these people cannot leave their jobs, and then, because that is the only source of livelihood, so they came to scheduled caste colony. And then they asked my grandfather. My grandfather was again a laborer, but very smart man. So he said, "Okay, हमारे पास एक झोपड़ है. If you want to stay in this झोपड़, that's okay." When they started staying in our झोपड़, and then they saw my mom taking a sickle and then going for mazduri, labor. So then they convinced my grandparents, and they took my mom to school, and then she finished her 7th grade, and then from then 10th grade in government school. After, with a lot of discrimination, let me tell you, my mom, when she tells her story, my blood boils. And I am a police officer. My mom, she faced a lot of discrimination, and then she went on to become a school topper in 10th grade, and then she became a teacher. Then she married my father, another dropout from the schools, but he was rescued by another teacher. So then today, my mom, I'll press a fast forward button now. So today, my mom is a proud mother of an IPS officer, a doctor, very successful doctor, and an associate professor, and nowadays she's a proud mother-in-law of one MLA also. So I thought, when an agricultural laborer could become a mother of an IPS officer, I think that story must resonate in every place, and then that must be replicated in every part of this country. That is very important. Friends, I won't be talking much about Harvard, because my friends have already spoken very well, but I'll briefly touch upon Harvard. But I want to tell you why I have come to this place, and then how I joined IPS, and then after that the idea of Harvard came into my mind. First thing for all the parents here, because the very purpose of this meeting is to know how to go to greater places. I studied up to 12th grade in Telugu medium. In those days, that was luxury. I saw electricity only in my 9th grade. Now, only in my 9th grade I saw electricity. So up to 12th grade, I was in Telugu medium. Telugu is the the mother tongue of all Andhra Pradesh and Telangana guys. So my 10th grade marks, out of 600, I got a 389 only. Then my plus 2, we call it as intermediate in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So my plus 2 marks were only 720. I joined, for the first time, I crossed my village to get into university. Then I joined Andhra Pradesh Agricultural University. Then, after 3 days, I ran away from the campus. Because there were bathrooms separately earmarked for scheduled castes. There were bathrooms separately earmarked for scheduled tribes. And there was so much of description. I'm talking about 1980s, 1984 I joined the university. And there was so much of ragging in the name of caste. So then I ran away. Then my mom cried. Then because she wanted me to get out of the village, because otherwise I would have also become, I said, a stone cutter or a mazduri, then drunkard, and beat the wives, whatnot. That's what happens in most of the colonies. So that is a conspiracy, by the way. So then, but she literally kicked me out of home, and then you must go back, and then you must start studying in the university, and then that's how I got into, I came back, and then thanks to many seniors, and then who protected me like hell, and then finally I came out of university with a gold medal. From nothing, I graduated with gold medal, but that was a very, very tough journey. One of the most important things all parents and the youth here must know is we came to know about civil services only in the final year of our graduation, because that was the only domain, only for the high and mighty. They never used to share with us. This is the sad. I really appreciate and thank Ambedkarite, Aviators League, and then Hemantji and many other friends, so Vijay Badgeji, for organizing this, because this must be organized in each and every place in this country, particularly in our colonies, because the knowledge is denied. This knowledge is denied. This knowledge is very carefully protected from us. You ask for material, they won't get it, you won't get it, then somebody, I think you were mentioning. So, why do you did this? Anyway, we have been giving you shelter, we have been giving you mutton and chicken. So, anyway, you can become RTC, Road Transport Corporation conductor, or a lineman in electricity department, or teacher, or the staff nurse. Not beyond that. There is a glass ceiling. So, your dreams will be nixed in the budding stage itself. So, you must spread the information. This is one of the wonderful fora where such information is being given at no cost. So in our case, we came to know about this only in our final year. By then the valuable time is gone. So after that you start preparing, and then first time we flunked because we didn't know how to prepare. Nobody told us. Then it was a journey into unknown, and then it was a test attempt, and then we flunked. We couldn't be successful. But second time we formed ourselves into a group, and then we started working harder and then harder and harder. Then we cleared prelims and then mains, and then after that we went to interview. Then the first question that was asked to me was, "Do you eat beef?" In interview. I said yes. Then I got 186 marks. I got 186 marks. Out of 250. I got Indian Railway Traffic Service. My confidence levels, got boosted unimaginable levels. Then I came back. Then we wrote, in Andhra Pradesh, we have Andhra Pradesh Study Circle. So we three of us, we got together, and then we Because company, because why am I saying this? Your company decides your destiny. In the first year of your company, your friend circle will decide your destiny. In the first year of my graduation, second year, I had two friends who were smokers. I picked up smoking. I used to smoke Gold Flag King Size. I don't know whether it is there in the market. I gave up smoking. That's a different issue. Now I'm a marathoner. I can run probably 30 kilometers also. I run 35 kilometers every week. I'll tell you why I run 30 kilometers little later. But, so your company decides your destiny. Then in the third year somebody said, don't you drink beer? Surprising, kahan se yaar gaon wale tum log? Beer bhi nahi peete. So you pick up beer also. Because this is all conspiracy. There is nobody to tell you that getting into these habits is a very bad thing. So, because in universities, your parents are not around. कोई ना रहेगा. वो सोचेगा कि मेरे बेटा अभी तो ठीक है WhatsApp, Facebook वगैरह वीडियो कॉल्स वगैरह होता है, but otherwise nobody is around. Your parents are not giving. They just trust you. कोई भंडारा से आके कौन औरंगाबाद में देखेगा यार? It's not possible. It's not possible. Why will they come? Where is the money? So they will just trust. पर मेरे बेटा कुछ ना तो कर रहा होगा, कोई एक दिन तो कार में आएगा वापस. So that was the kind of trust parents will have, and they are not wrong. So, but when you are in university, if you are surrounded by people with bad habits, then time wasters and the people procrastinators, then you are heading for a doom. So your company decides your destiny. That's very important. So then after Indian Railway Traffic Service, then three of us we got together and then we really worked very hard, 16 hours a day. Then my roommate got All India 5th rank in IAS. And we did not study in a private guest accommodation, we studied in a car shed. Because there was no accommodation in Andhra Pradesh Study Circle in those days. They gave us a car shed, we only requested them to give us a toilet. So, car shed, then I became an IPS officer, that guy became an IAS officer, another guy became a senior scientist. So from there our journey went on. So now I'll come to Harvard. So and for about 15 years, 16 years, I did best of my postings. I worked in Adilabad, which shares border with Maharashtra. Then I worked in Karimnagar, which again shares border with Gadchiroli. Then I worked in Warangal. Then I worked in Anantapur. I got the best possible medals any police officer in this country can hope for. Okay. So, but I was not satisfied. I was absolutely not satisfied. The guilt, like one sister just now told in her inaugural remarks, on March 18th, 1956, Baba Saheb literally had tears in his eyes. Because all these people, they took advantage of my vision, and then these people are only revolving around their families. They are revolving around their promotions. They are revolving around their increments, but not the community. Then why did I think about these people? That's the regret Baba Saheb had. So we didn't want to follow that path. So we didn't want to follow that. The guilt of not being able to do anything for my community was really becoming very, very heavy. One day my mother called me. So my mother called me, he said, whenever you come, you stay only for 1 hour or 2 hours, 3 hours in the name of security, go back. So, but you have to stay for about 5 to 6 hours in the village. Then I stayed back. Then she showed me each and every home. And then all of them are stone cutter. Somebody pee ke mar gaya, somebody abhi bhi mazduri kar raha, some girl is getting married at a very young age. Then my mom asked me a very simple question. Should I feel proud that my son is an IPS officer, or should I feel ashamed that in spite of being an IPS officer, all his neighbors are living in abject poverty? That was the question. That really opened up my eyes, my dear friends. I am telling you very honestly. छुपने के लिए कोई चीज़ नहीं यहाँ पे. So that is what has happened. So then Nagpur is directly responsible for my getting into Harvard. There used to be an officer called Ravindra Bangar. I don't know whether he's from Nagpur or Nagpur, Vidarbha. Which place? No. Nagpur, yeah. Ravindra Bangar, Manisha Bangar. Ravindra Bangar is a very good friend of mine. So one day he came to my office. And then I said, sir, you must go to Hemant. So he is also a very active guy. His sole purpose of service is, okay, serve the country, but serve the community as well. He says serving the community is nothing but serving the country. That is Ravindra Bangasar. He came to my office, sir. I don't know who you are, but I saw your profile, I saw your good work. Everybody is talking like this. You are DCP crime, you are superintendent of police, etc., etc. But you must go to Harvard. मैं बोला Ravindra छोड़ो. कौन दिया मेरा address आपको? So then finally he said no. Then he doesn't know me. He said, sir, आप जाना ही चाहिए. Then he came to my home. Without telling anything, came to my home. Then he spoke to my wife. मैं बाबू जी कैसे भी करके इसको हार्वर्ड भेज दीजिएगा. Then it was, that's how it started. Then he sat with me, he told me like how Kanishka and then Bhaskar shared their experiences in writing application, and then I was 44 then. So 44 years, and then every day there was separate Telangana agitation, every day stone pelting. We used to fire so many tear gas shells. Then evening come back, take a shower, then start writing essays. And then to write each essay it took months. Because we are not writers. So writing has never been an obsession or never been a habit for all of us. So for the students who are here, I request you to write at least 2 pages every day or 1 paragraph every day. This is extremely important. If you can't write, then it is very difficult for the essays. The essays won't click. That's the problem. So at that age, I had to really work very hard, and then finally, so everything went off smoothly, and then he made me to apply for 3 universities. I applied for Harvard, I applied for Princeton, I applied for London School of Economics. I got admitted in Harvard and then London School of Economics. Princeton I couldn't get through. Then finally I thought I should go to Harvard. He only suggested I must go to Harvard. Then the money factor. It costs about 50 lakhs for 1 year. It's very expensive. But the beauty is the government of India has a very good program, DFFT. So they pay you a lot of, since it is a study leave, they pay you a lot of money. But whatever shortfall, if your application, if your profile is good, so Harvard also gives scholarship. So I got both. Then that's what made me feel comfortable. And then I got both the scholarships and I completed my degree there. Now lastly, the last point. This is very important. Now we are in a climax stage in the movie. So I came back. In Harvard also, friends, I think these people also know, Suraj also knows. In classrooms, there is a lot of conversation. Many people who come from India, they try to push this caste system under carpet. Yes, there is nothing. India is changing. Everything is rosy. So glass, shining beyond, shining more, powerful, more brighter than sun. India is shining, but nobody wants to talk about the underbelly. So nobody wants to talk what is there under that shining facade. So that is, we try to trigger a lot of conversations because, see, I again tell you, it's a very controversial statement. I also, mentioned Kanishka's statement here. Your identity will decide your destiny, my dear friends. So day one I was very clear. I am, one of the millions of grandchildren of Baba Saheb. So I will not hide my identity. So whatever happens in the classrooms, I am going to tell this is what is happening. India is shining, but there is a dampening and darker aspects of India as well. On this also there must be conversation. But our friends, then class is over, then we go to courtyard. In courtyard, अरे क्यों बोला देश के बारे में बाहर देश में ऐसा बोलते क्या? ऐसा बोलना नहीं चाहिए ना. हम शादी को जाते तो इतना अच्छा साड़ी पहन के जाते, इतना अच्छा सूट पहन के जाते, तो ऐसी होना चाहिए. और देश के बारे में सच तो बोलना चाहिए ना. तो where is it progress? You cannot tell Hakika. So truth must be told. I am not hating that. We should be self-critical also. So that is what happens in the classroom. That is very transformational experience, by the way. You meet a lot of people from different countries, etc. Fine. Then I came back. So now Harvard experience is over. So when a person from 389 marks and 720 marks in 12th grade with the Telugu as a medium of instruction could get into Harvard, you all will go to Harvard. Don't worry. So आपको कोई चिंता नहीं रहना चाहिए. All of you will go to Harvard or some other great university. Don't worry about that. Then I came back. So I came back and then I straight walked into the chamber of Chief Minister after taking his appointment. I said, sir, I am the product of social welfare. I had 2 minute time. I am the product of social welfare hostels. Please give me an opportunity to serve these departments so that I can do much better job to those people who are denied opportunities, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, poor OBCs, etc. Then first he got, Honorable Chief Minister in those days got confused. अरे कोई IAS officer, IPS officer ये social welfare department को जाना ही नहीं चाहता, तुम पागल हो गया, हार्वर्ड से आया, desktop job बोल रहा है. Even people who from SC community also, they don't want to go to social welfare department. Why is that you are asking a social welfare department? And I said, no sir, मेरा दिमाग में कीड़ा है, अभी इसको निकालना बहुत मुश्किल है. Then he said, okay, जाओ. So he gave me the order. Very first day, there was a massive strike. Strike इसलिए, this is a notorious IPS officer. He has one AK-47, he has one pistol. Our children, when will they study? Then our teachers, he will kill all our teachers in the name of punctuality. Punctuality to high रहना, in the name of discipline. So anyway, I convinced them finally. This is my 8th year, friends. This is my 8th year. First thing I did was, in my office there was no Baba Saheb's photograph. First thing I did was, बहुत बड़ा, इससे बड़ा बाबा साहेब फोटोग्राफ मैंने मेरा ऑफिस में लगा दिया. Because when in 1979, when my mom came to my hostel and then gave me 1 rupee pocket money, I used to cry. 1 rupee से क्या होता है? So then my mom used to say, I have so many brothers to feed and then I have 3 more children to feed, so तुम अकेला नहीं है. So I used to cry. But today, I am able to sign the checks worth 59 crores every month. Who gave me this power? Baba Saheb. Who gave me this power? Baba Saheb. So, the person, the visionary who is responsible for my position, how can I ignore him? So, मैं बोला, यार कुछ भी करो, पूरे फोटो निकाल दो, पहले बाबा साहब का लगा दो. If you come to my chamber, you will see. बहुत सारे लोग वो फोटो देखने के लिए आते हैं. You came, right? It's a very good photograph. Okay. So that is what I did. So then second thing what I did was he made a very important mention, Mr. Kanishka. What he said was, we internalize the symbols that thrown upon us. The second decision we took in our schools, we have about 2 lakh children, we took in our schools is to discourage usage of Dalit. We don't use a word called Dalit in our schools. Because, this is a very controversial statement, please forgive me if I am saying wrong. What do you mean by Dalit? It is broken. How is Suraj Jande broken? Is Kanishka broken? Is Bhaskar broken? They spoke very good language. Many people cannot, जो billions कमा रहा है, they will not be able to speak like him. How can you call these people as broken, पिछड़े, निम्न, अच्युत? कैसे हो सकता? I said no, we will not use. Our children, हमारा माँ बाप का तो हो गया बेइज्जती, मगर हमारे children, they will not enter into this world with those symbols, negative symbols. They will enter into this world with positive symbols. Then we changed, we gave an order, nobody shall be called as Dalit. And third thing, we said, nobody will bend and walk. They will not bend and walk. Number 3, किसी का पाँव छूना नहीं चाहिए. Don't touch the feet, because justice is your right. Number 3, wear chappal and come to my office. Don't leave your chappal outside and come into my office. Wear chappal and come into my office. Then 4th is don't cry here. This is a place to feel proud. Baba Sahib is watching. So don't cry. Don't cry. So there is a huge board. If you come to my office, you can see all those. Else I shared it in my Facebook. You can see. Then we created 10 commandments. For it also I am being attacked, but that's a different thing. But 10 commandments. First commandment: I am not inferior to anyone. Second commandment, I shall be the leader wherever I am. Third commandment, I shall do what I love and be different. Fourth commandment, I shall always think big and aim high. Fifth commandment, I shall be honest, hardworking and punctual. Sixth commandment, I shall never blame others for my failures. Children, it is very important. I shall never blame others for my failures. Don't blame your parents for your failures, for your laziness, for your WhatsApp, for your Instagram, for your Facebook. Don't blame your parents. That is sixth commandment, I shall never blame others for my failures. Seventh commandment, I shall neither beg nor cheat. Eighth commandment, I shall repay what I borrow. Today all these friends are doing the same thing. I shall repay what I borrow. Ninth commandment, I shall never fear the unknown. कोई जितने भी अजनबी हो, जितने भी danger हो, but I shall never fear the unknown. 10th commandment, I shall never give up. I shall never give up. मगर commandment बोलना तो बहुत आसान है. कंप्यूटर के सामने बैठ के लिख सकते. But all Indians are my brothers and sisters. बाहर आके हम क्या कर रहे हैं? SC/ST colonies, untouchability, no temples, no temple entry. So this is not. We wanted to prove that these commandments mean something. Then we launched Everest expedition. We took 20 girls and boys. Then first day we took them for rock climbing. One girl fell down. Her name was Bharati. Her name is Bharati. Head injury, 8 sutures, Bongir hospital. Then I went to, and she was crying. Then I went to talk to that girl. And then, why is it beta you are crying? So she said, sir, I am crying not because of pain. I am crying because I am losing the opportunity of placing Baba Sahib's photograph on the peak of Mount Everest. That was Bharati. Unfortunately, that girl, her physical fitness was not that good. Finally, 2 people were selected, and then those 2 people were sent to Mount Everest with 2 photographs. One is Baba Sahib Ambedkar, second is R.S Shankaran, a famous IAS officer who sacrificed all his life. For the first time, these 2 children, 18 people died in one small incident. 5 minutes में 25 लोगों का मौत होती है नेपाल side में. Then these people go to Tibet and then they scaled Mount Everest on 25th May 2014, and the first thing they did was Baba Sahib and R.S Shankaran का photograph उसमें लगा दिया. And then they said they did, and then after they came down, suddenly community got shocked. अरे हमारे पास इतना सत्ता है. अरे हमारा लड़की 13 साल की उम्र में एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ेगा. Now she is the youngest ever female in the history to have scaled Mount Everest. Youngest ever female. Nobody can break a record. उसके ऊपर पूर्णा का मूवी भी आ गया. Okay. So that is what adventure does. Now this is the last point. One person believed the commandments and then she went to Everest. She was poor. Even today she is poor. प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो सर्टिफिकेट दिया है, वो सर्टिफिकेट हम हमारा स्कूल में लगा लिया है. Because there is no security in the forest, there is no security in their homes. So that is the point. So you may be the gap between richest and the poorest is the opportunity. Today, Hemanji, Vijay Bhatkeji, all these people are giving that opportunity. Okay, so they are bridging the gap between poor and the rich by giving the opportunity. So now, after this, after Everest expedition, what has happened? United Andhra Pradesh, we worked so hard to send children to medical colleges. Every year we could send only 6 people. But today, this year, 18-19 academic year, we could send 150 people to medical colleges. All scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. We never saw the face of Delhi University. Suraj knows. But today, we have 210 people studying in Delhi University. 60% of them got admission in open competition. Open competition. 80 people are studying in Ajim Premji University. Ajim Premji himself is paying 2.75 lakhs to each and every student and then making them study there. So the idea here, what I am trying to say, what Harvard had done to me, what Western University, exposure to Western University had done to me is, it gave me a courage to think beyond what is visible. Before going to Harvard, I had only 2 children. My wife and I, we had only 2 children, one son and one daughter. After Harvard, my family size is 2 lakh children. That is what gives you, whether it is civil services, whether it is business, whether it is Harvard or Princeton. What he told a very good point. Well, okay, you went to Harvard, then what next? So you must have that clarity. What do I do when I go to Harvard? What do I do when I go to Cambridge? What do I do when I join IAS? You have so many IAS officers. उसका घर जाके देखिए बाबा साहब का तस्वीर है उसमें नहीं रहेगा, डर जाएगा. So the point here is, if you are not very clear about your identity, if you are not clear about the people who sacrifice their life for your sake, then going to Harvard is waste of money, waste of time. Don't waste like that. Be clear, why do you want to go to these top-notch universities? Be clear, why do you want to join these top-notch services? Be clear, why do you want to join NGO? Be clear, why do you want to start an NGO? If this clarity is not there, we will be wasting our life. Friends, I have taken a lot of time. Thank you. You are a wonderful audience. You have not been moving here, there, बाप रे बाप. सब लोग आप एकदम सिकंदर बन जाए. So thank you very much. So I will be available for any Q&A session. Thank you very much. I'm really, I bow my head before all of you. Thank you very much. Jai Bhim.
दलित दस्तक आपका अपना चैनल है. यह चैनल आपकी आवाज़ उठाने के लिए है. इसको जरूर सब्सक्राइब करें और अपने दोस्तों से भी करवाएं. बेल आइकॉन पर भी जरूर क्लिक करें.